7 details that they are covering in this time talk. We're gonna skim through the fast or the good. So Cerberus is the big part of this patch.
Let's go ahead and get
the data, seeing people's perception and reactions, but we're not talking about the balance that you talked about, like you mentioned. That'll be for later on the week. Cerberus, on the other end, is one of the newest gods coming in, and he's feeling better than ever.
Oh yeah, sweet. Well, let's get right into the abilities and the kit. Clumsy, what's the best place to start with Cerberus and the +1s and kind of how he's coming into the Smite 2 battleground?
Yeah, absolutely. So Austin was the designer who's working on the port for Cerberus, and he did a lot of fantastic work making sure that Cerberus feels as great as ever when going from Smite 1 to Smite 2, and, you know, fun little twists. So I'm going to go through each one of his abilities and all the little tweaks that he's gotten.
Cool.
Looks like
some
he's more
a lot smaller
attack
than others. So, for example, for the passive, you still have that kind of heal steal from the enemies. You're not going to really be able to see this that well. A little bit of a shift here, which is that you actually start at a lower amount, but you scale with the per level to the same amount of heal steal. One of the main reasons for that is actually because there's a new component here. When you steal a soul from an enemy using some of your other abilities, which we'll get into in a second, you actually get bonus passive heal.
So that's a +1. If you've severed an enemy soul you get a 5-second buff where you steal 20% more healing. So at max rank, you're stealing 80% of their healing.
Stealing from that target specifically.
Nice.
So that's the 40% anti-heal.
You kind of have to work a little bit for it, but it will be more at the end game if you're working for it.
Yeah. And this is one of those abilities or functions of an ability that, like, it's always been really, really good. Like, if you're ever versing someone with lifesteal, if you're ever versing someone with lane that has a little bit of extra healing, like, you notice this is the Cerberus. Maybe the enemy doesn't notice as much, but you do. And
Slow-mo, sir? What, when he looked like he was moving slow as fuck?
Start off with ability 1 then, Clumsy. What's going on?
So for ability 1, okay, so small one here. When you have all your heads alerted, so this is the ability where every time you have an alerted head, based off your basic attacks or from your second ability, you'll fire 1 additional projectile.
Yes.
That all is staying the same. All that stuff is really cool. What we are doing is that when you have all of your heads alerted, that center snake projectile, so the last one, will stun all enemies in that line, which basically gives you a little bit of extra forgiveness in the center. So you're still getting the bonus stun and the extra damage when all 4 projectiles collide.
So stunning is easier, but it's still just as difficult to hit max damage.
Specifically for those
close range enemies, that is true. He did auto slow as fuck in Smite 1.
Cool.
So
or at least
it
looked like
it.
it.
Extra forgiveness there for the center, for that kind of close range area. But if you're still trying to hit people in the sweet spot, you're getting all the normal effectiveness and all the normal damage and stun damage.
Yeah, what we found is that, like, it's really hard to be able to tell when you're doing it right and when you should stun people.
Yeah.
Right. And we felt like this was a change that made it a lot more predictable, both to play as and to play against, to know that if you can line it up, you're going to get some level of stun, but it's pretty short unless you're at that max range. The way.
Hold on, did they hover the ability at all? Oh yeah.
That is actually because there's a new
that's
component
the passive.
here. When you steal a soul from an enemy using some of your other
they
abilities,
didn't hover the 1
second,
at all. They hovered the 2, but not the 1. I wanted to see the base number. 12% int per tick, 60 plus 12% int per tick. Wait. Killing souls with this ability enhances damage by 15% for the remaining duration. That's okay.
Provides stacking damage buff for the duration of that channel itself, not any other further ones. And if you reach to 3 stacks, so which is 3 killed souls, the entire ability, the cone slows.
Oh, nice.
So you're gonna need to hit 3 gods at the same time.
Okay.
Can you stack like 3 Ymirs on top of each other?
Let's see here. What's the command again? It's
spawnbot space Ymir space 2 space 20. It's fine.
Please no.
And then just do another one of those and get all of them inside a little neat little circle.
Yep. There we go.
All right, so hit all 3 of those with the same 3.
Oh, you got to jump first.
Yeah, so we want to collect the souls. So hit all 3 of them with your 3, and now use your 2 on those souls.
Cooldowns.
Yeah, we don't have.
These guys are trolling.
We'll wait for a second.
Yeah, but here we go. I'll just do cooldowns here. All right, so I'm gonna jump.
and then use your 2 to consume all the souls. You can see the
So he
entire
gains 11 damage.
there we go.
engagement
Yeah.
become a lot
All
more
of that.
purple. That's the slow being expanded from the center cone to the entirety of it. And as you kill the souls, you
I'm
can see
way
the
more
damage
interested to see if
of
the aspect is
entirety
crazy or
increasing
shit.
per soul kill.
There we go.
Yeah, I like
That's
that
what
'cause,
I'm
like,
excited
I've
to
actually
see.
played a lot of Cerberus and
Because if
Smite
it's
1.
like OP,
And
it'd be a crazy
you
game
do
to see a
jump in,
Serb
don't get me
carry.
wrong, but I think
Like,
that
not-
the souls
not
were
really like an ADC, but like a
less
hard
part
carry.
of the kit in Smite 1 than they're incorporated here.
So
The
the
main soul generation mechanic and kind of playing around
100 health, heal from minions 40, soul health 150. Okay, so the 3's the same.
with the souls with the path with. You've got all those enemies being hit on a soul per god hit.
Oh, nice.
480, 55% scaling. Okay.
Nice, cool. Sweet. Well, Cerberus also, I know we've been cooking up an aspect for him, correct?
Yes, we do. We do have an aspect for him. Actually, I don't know its name. Are we going to go right into it?
Yeah, we can go right into it.
Okay, cool. So the Cerberus aspect is
This aspect just
you no longer get
has
the AoE
potential if it's
soul
done
healing.
right.
So that's the healing mechanic because it's actually not on the passive. That's the passive
See if I can get some more bots spawn.
down on the ulti kill. You
I just want
permanently
to see
gain
the aspect.
down on the ulti is also reduced.
What,
too.
dude?
Down on the ulti.
It's right
kill,
there.
You permanently gain an extra channel tick of your second ability.
Sweet. Let me see if
And I think the
can
cooldown on the ulti is also reduced too.
see if I can get some more bots
Dude,
spawn.
he's a-
And then I
There we go. No, that's his ult. I want to see his
if I can toggle
fucking
to the
passive.
Aspect
Do they not hover the
here.
passive?
And chat has
Oh, here we
No
go.
longer.
Ghastly Breath takes an additional time for every 3 god souls you have killed, but souls no longer heal. So every time
Heal,
you
and
get
then Stygian
3
Torment.
soul
Now,
kills,
only
which is
knocks
whenever you
out
3 your
targets.
ult,
Yep. So
You get
another thing to mention
stack,
is that
and every
God
3
Soul
stacks, it
specifically
gives
that
you an
increase
extra
that
tick of your
permanent. So
2.
you can see right here, there's actually an element to the passive meter. There's 2 different things there. That's how many
So he
God
has
souls
1
you've
extra
consumed,
tick right now.
and then that's on the kind of
There's
buff
2
bar,
extra
that's 8.
tick.
And then the other one by the passive meter.
might
is
be
that
just
division
too
by
hard
3,
to
basically,
actually
tell you
get
how many extra
a
ticks
ton
you're
of
getting of your
soul
two.
stacks.
Just kind of giving you a little bit of both information.
Yeah, so I mean, theoretically, you could have a infinite duration. Is it? Can you get that many stacks? I mean, like,
Look at how
I
long
don't
that
think
breath
we have
lasts,
a
and that's
cap on
just
it. There might
3
be
or
just
4
like a
extra
soft
ticks.
one in the background, but you're meant to be able to go for quite a while.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Austin today. I was just like, hey, talking about this a little aspect in a more aggressive role. Like,
Yeah.
this is just another way of playing him, where you kind of almost more so playing towards a mid or a late.
That's
game
like
kind of
that's double the stat,
of a
double the
play
ticks.
style shift, right? We don't mind if you play this anywhere you
24
normally play
stacks
Cerberus.
is double
In all
the
honesty,
ticks,
Cerberus is a
right?
god that can play
Holy
support or solo
fuck.
bruiser pretty well already in Smite 1. This is just another
Look
way of
at
playing
this, it
him,
just keeps
where you kind of
going and
almost more so
going
play
and
towards a mid
going.
or
You're gonna
a
get
late game
rolled
kind of
by this
aspect
shit,
than you are
bro.
in the early game.
sorry, I just laughed.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
I know, right?
Yo, what is this? New conquest mechanic.
Sweet. Well, I think that is it for Cerberus, but we loaded into the conquest map for a very specific reason because we wanted to talk about a new conquest mechanic that has come into the game in OB7.
Yeah, so we're continuing to experiment with Conquest and see what we can add that's new and interesting to further kind of evolve the game. And there's going to be a new mechanic in this next update that starts after the first Gold Fury is killed. So,
Right.
if you will kill this Gold Fury,
I thought I turned on Tower Killer.
rip. Now it's going to be Cerberus Killer.
Yeah, I know, right? Tower Killer. There we go.
That doesn't work. You might need to add a space 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work. Sorry, chat, for the technical difficulties today.
There we go.
There we go. Cool. All right. There we go.
Okay.
Now I'm dealing damage. What's
What
this?
is that?
And that's the new hotness. So this is a wind sprite. And these are now all over the map.
Does it make you move
So
faster?
If you once they spawn, once you walk into it,
Speed buff?
if you interact with it,
You get this targeter first.
you get the targeter, which shows you a place on the ground. And when you interact, it just throws you.
Literally, why? Look, I think it's dope being creative and trying to come up with ideas, but this is 100% some dude figured out how to do this and was like, yo, look at what I can do. And they were like, throw it in the game for a little bit. Why not?
To that spot.
Because what the
So,
fuck is this?
you can get thrown over walls. You can get
Bro,
thrown.
you're
you know-
about to have fucking Hercules jumping over a wall and killing you at your speed buff.
Just down a path. And we've been.
It is like the
experimenting with
league
this for the
mechanic.
past
You're
couple
right.
Patches
Yeah,
on
it
dev,
is.
just seeing how to make this feel good. If this is interesting, and we've got a point where we think this is pretty neat and pretty fun.
Do they spawn in lane at least?
it's
So
led
like
to some
laning can be
interesting
crazy.
chases, It's led to some interesting escapes. It's led to some interesting engages. And once you use it, you'll notice that it does disappear for a while. So turn back around, and it'll come back after next update. We're testing some other stuff that this was from a test that
They literally put them in spots to jump key walls.
one more attempt.
Let's see here. Dun 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 dun.
There's gonna be some, like, it's gonna be troll as fuck. I'm gonna do some
we can't
dumbass
rotate,
shit with
but
that.
we
Can
have
we
it
switch
right
between
back.
them at least?
Sorry about that, chat.
Sorry.
So yeah,
I'm
we got
gonna-
Shadow Cerberus.
I'm going to fucking use that shit to jump over your wall, steal your speed, and then I'm gonna be playing a jump character, and I'm gonna jump back away and just be gone.
Love
and
the
you're just gonna
pinks
lose
and,
speed for nothing.
Like the aura that he's got going on.
Yeah, all the little
It's
the
so
cracks
sick.
in his.
They
And the frame is a little. What's going on with Poseidon's aspect?
So Poseidon's getting an aspect. The actual description, which I just finished writing, was Poseidon's basic attacks will always fire his side waves from his tridents. But that being said, trident no longer affects your tidal surge ability, but can instead be activated to focus the side waves, piercing enemies, which I don't actually have that in there. And both abilities will be able to deal extra basic attack damage. So you can see his side projectiles are always on. This is the aspect that's currently toggled on right now. He's not using the trident ability.
Yeah.
You're just always firing those side basic attack projectiles. Now, if you
You have basic attack Poseidon. That's actually
yeah, you can
kind of
swap
cool.
this guy with this guy. It's not going to be scaling off of his second ability. You're right. It's scaling per level. It's just doing its own basic attack extra damage.
Mad you
He's
can't
also
see
got
in-hand
inland,
damage. Obviously, he's
damage.
hitting
It's
for
not doing
59,
inland
but
damage because it's coming from his basic attacks.
Yes.
the side
And
hits
if
are
you
hitting
use
for 9.
Trident itself for that same kind of stim duration, you still get a lot of things.
Yo!
But now the waves actually
Oh
center
yeah, I
inwards.
see it. Hold on.
Right? They're actually
Oh.
kind of spiking inwards, and if you hit an enemy while that's active, because it is still a stim, a timed.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't care how bad this is because numbers aren't right. That's actually cool as fuck that they did that. Like, thought to do it and did it.
Duration ability.
That's
While that's
sick.
active, those side projectiles, not the main projectiles,
That is
will pierce,
dope.
and you'll be able to hit multiple guns. So if you activate the two,
That
there
is
you go, you can
fucking
see
sick.
that it goes through and it hits multiple different.
Ah,
Oh, and it,
yeah,
and it
that's
pierces.
So you're dealing.
I like
basic
this
attack
a
damage,
lot.
Your percentage of your basic attack.
I'm
you're
gonna
not
play a
dealing
lot
bloody
of
damage.
this.
You're kind
A
of focusing
lot-
that in
a
instead
lot
of
of
that kind
this.
of shotgun spray. You kind of got this,
This is
inwards,
clumsy
more of a
cooking.
slingshot spray, and yeah. Basic attack Poseidon is back. There's also one last component of this that's not in right now, which is your tidal surge, your first ability, will also gain some basic attack damage scaling.
Oh,
So
nice,
the more
cool.
that you're kind of playing around that basic attack damage
So
build,
you've got
the
auto
more
attack,
damage your one is gonna do as
strength,
well.
But
hybrid,
again,
Poseidon.
if you are building him basic attack, right? This is scaling up basic attack, not int. So
Which one? Sorry.
the his extra waves and
Yes, the extra waves and all those sides.
So it's
So,
basic attack scaling.
not-
Oh, bro, they're forcing fucking Bracer. They're forcing Bracer. Right? No, because even then, like, if it's all basic attack scaling, you're not even gonna go Bracer.
gonna have Krakens that deal a ton of damage.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
you're not gonna have whirlpools that deal a ton of damage, and you also don't get the extra side waves on your
On your one.
Yeah, that's the biggest trade-off. Is when you use your two, you're not empowering the one at all.
Yeah.
That combo is gone. So those are like, Kilgun was saying that the trade-offs of the aspect, which is you're not getting. The
I like the theory of this. I have to see what it,
Yeah,
the-
you
you know,
get
how it
those
actually looks in the
piercing,
game.
enhanced auto attacks when you have
Yes,
Trident.
exactly.
Yeah, auto attack Poseidon's always been
Yeah,
fun,
I
and
think
this
it's,
is actually
it has
tailored around
potential to be
playing
strong,
it.
but I think it is an interesting twist that leans into kind of an established playstyle for this guy historically.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
I think that's one of the fun parts. I
think it's
remember
fun.
playing ADC Poseidon back in the day.
I know, right?
And the important thing to remember with this aspect as well is that it being basic attack oriented actually gives you kind of two different build paths to go. You can go magical damage, like int and basic attack damage items. You can go the nimble rings, you can go the demonic grips, you can go the bracer of the abyss, and still get a little bit of the advantage of the ints for the rest of your kit. Or you could just go
full
full on
strength, yeah.
strength with crit, and those side projectiles will do mini crits as well because they are.
Wanted to cover. So
Yeah. So up next, there is a new wandering market, 5650.
Yeah.
If you
aspects
markets
to it as
coming?
It's a
well.
little bit
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, it's you know some made anthropomorphic.
This is a furry. It's a furry.
And butlers, you know.
Butlers.
I didn't realize
so,
how my shirt was for this.
There you
So I'm
go.
like,
Yeah.
Bro, you
we
guys.
thought that this was a fun
something wrong
theme,
with you.
something new to Smite, and we kind of went all in on it. You do notice that the skin on the free page this time is this Amaterasu skin,
Yes.
made of mischief. We do know that we have Amaterasu skins in
Yes.
back-to-back
Wandering Market
Market. Sorry.
collections, yeah.
I know that's not ideal. We made a mistake when we were planning them, but we still thought this was a really cool skin.
We know the person that wanted this skin is a furry.
Correct, yeah.
Like the
They
final
got 2
reward
costumes
skin.
in their fucking closet.
So yeah, we thought it turned out pretty good, and you know, sorry for the double up, but we're still pretty excited with the skins.
Maybe we can go D title. So
Dusty.
Ruffler badge. You've got the very.
All of this.
It's pretty adorable.
Wait.
We do know there's a text
The fuck
block
is
yet
this?
that's
This
not
is supposed
rendering.
to be a raw tracker.
Okay,
I heard
cool.
from India.
So that will be.
Is this just the
finished
same
before this goes
skin?
live. Remember, we're showing this to you guys a week before it's done.
Yep.
So still,
Yo, they're fucking up because I just saw Dan's
things
skin.
work
Are we
out.
just
And then we've
doubling
got
down on the
Diamond
same
and the
gods?
Ascension
Oh,
Pass
this is
token.
an
Yep,
Ami.
so you still get a free.
It's the same skin on Izanami.
That is everything on. So you've got a
Oh.
global emote with a little bit of a teaser for a baddie jump stand.
Good. That's a good name.
So
Yep.
yeah, this one's
I
great.
see. Very cute.
Yeah, this is the more.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love it.
He's so good. He's got a little toupee.
Why did we get another Danza skin, bro?
Here's something going on here. That's great.
It's hilarious. It's a toupee on top of his fur.
yeah,
like,
that is
it's
great.
And like,
Bro, I'm trying to see the last skin.
yeah, this one's kind of a little bit themed.
There will be a card effects on this page. I believe the name of it is called Haunted.
Wait, what was the
Mansion.
ward
So-
skin?
God.
Did I skip
I
over?
think
Or I mean, I
Ascension
didn't skip
Pass.
it. Obviously, you saw it,
And
but I
on
didn't.
page 3, you've got the Butler of Ben's.
Is it one of these? Or is it on page 2?
I love it.
He's so
He
good.
does
He's got a
have
little toupee
teapots
or
for
something going
balls.
on here. That's great.
It's hilarious. It's a toupee on top of his fur.
Page 2? Okay.
2. You've got
Oh,
the
damn.
maid.
Wait, is
Got
it
a nice keeping it clean
Oh.
global emote with a little bit of a
I
teaser.
go to fucking page 2 here.
Izanami skin.
That's a good.
Is it
that's
the
a good name.
cat?
Yep.
Yeah. This one's
I
great.
see. Very cute.
Yeah, this is the more horror of the collection. I would
Right,
say.
yeah.
Show me the cat.
Then you've got a
Okay,
feather
don't-
ruffler badge. You've got
That's
the
not what I
very
meant.
first ward
Okay,
skin.
that's a dope ward skin.
Yeah,
What? This Smite too.
Look at
I like how he's
added
angry,
ward
bro.
skins to Smite 2
That's
with
a
this update.
fucking. That's
This
a
is
good skin. That's a good skin.
Rocketeer raccoon.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Whoa, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. That's like a total transformation,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
She's like a bat.
Yeah, I love it.
I love the details on the dress and
Batty.
stuff too.
So this is
All
the
right,
a
and then what
furry
else we have on this
collection.
page? We've got the
Good to know we're knocking this one out and getting it out of the way, so we don't have to do this again.
No.
And you've got certified clean.
Oh, that.
Kelly, you
and
need
I
Jesus,
believe-
bro.
I'm not 100% sure what happens if you own everything.
Get one right there.
Damn.
Boom.
That looks so good.
Set level 20.
Oh, there is a question of, are you guys happy about the speed of progression without the boost this update? I assume you mean the Wandering Market. And we configured that basically to where you should. Oh, that looks sick.
Oh, damn.
Autos sound cool. Probably get annoying pretty fast.
I should just stop talking.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nice.
Oh,
I'm
I
not gonna lie,
love
it's
the
pretty
red.
basic.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be a dick.
Just for
Pretty
a little-
basic. Pretty basic. I'm
They're
not-
really cool skins. We always.
Yeah. Let's talk about a new skin for Ra, Oblivion Seer Ra.
Yes.
This is fucking sick. This is fucking sick.
As a new skin that
This
you're going to be
is
able to get in a
fucking
new chest that's coming to
awesome.
Smite 2. And as you may notice, he's got some prisms.
Yeah. So this
one's
is,
so
I think, a sick new raw
Yeah.
skin. I love the theme. It's like kind of.
Okay, this is my fear. They're gonna overdo prisms. I fear it. I'm not.
Undead
We're not there
crow
yet. They might be able to do it
monster.
right,
Yeah.
but
I don't know.
they
I
also
love
might
it.
overdo
Warlock
prisms.
in me loves this skin so much, and the prisms just show it off even more.
Yeah. And yeah, if you want to click through the prisms.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
they're
we've
so
got
good.
Wraithborn
Blue
Born
better.
green.
That one's not bad.
looking
Blue's
sick.
better.
I love the the material treatment on these just makes everything stand out so much
I
more.
know.
It's awesome.
It reminds me of like. I don't know if I can.
Oh, look
label
at that
this.
one.
That's pretty cool.
One.
Blue's still
So
better, but
different.
that one's
Sunflare
cool. That
yellow.
one.
This
That
one
one's.
does look
That's
sick.
actually. It's pretty badass.
And then the last one. It's awesome. It's so good.
Bloodshade
I love
red.
Of course, it's
Oh, the
red and black.
This
Yes.
one looks-
That's the worst one. I'm not even trolling. That's just
clean.
generic as
I'm gonna go
fuck.
with the green though.
Should
I
have
like the green.
known.
Yeah, the green is probably my favorite too.
I think
Green's
the
my
blue
favorite
one's the
color.
best. I
Kinda
think
like
base is actually
a
best.
random bundle.
Sweet. Well, we've got a class.
This is like
This
showing
is the worst Thanatos skin in the world. It's funny, but it's terrible.
what prisms can really do.
The art team was just having fun with this, and I think they're pretty great. So
Wait, this is
you
prisms too? Brother, too many prisms. We
Get
overdone.
Shadowberry.
Overdone.
If you want a little bit of grape jelly on
The theme is dope though. I'm glad they're doing theme shit.
your toast, or
Oh my
maybe
God.
you're trying to
Surely
look for
there's
something
peanut butter,
more sweet,
right?
So you can get some French toast. as well.
All right.
Or maybe you're just
powdered
like
sugar and
a
syrup
little
on
bit
there.
of powdered sugar. There you go.
I like the
or
themes.
maybe you're just like super hardcore and like you take your
This-
toast like you take your coffee. Just black.
I like the themes. I like the themes.
It's so funny.
I like it because they
how-
did
how I
themes. I'm
feel
never
after
gonna
a
use the
rank
skin,
game.
but I like that they did themes.
Why no grilled cheese?
Why no grilled cheese Thanatos? A prism, you can't.
The skin and everything.
I'll build.
All right, shall we talk about? Oh, I saw Hun bats.
There's
What
there's a
are we about to
classic
see, boys?
Hunbot skin.
So we've
Sweet.
got the Shadow Howler.
Oh, they
Hun
made
bat
it
as
look
another
way
classic
better.
Skin
Yep.
coming
Definitely,
in.
they
Again,
brought it
just
back
like
and it
gems,
looks better. Good
Free
job.
for you.
They
If you played
enhanced
Smite
it.
1 and spent some money, you know.
This one looks great. I love the.
This is an
the
old
effects.
skin that they're bringing
that
over.
Teal is like really.
Skins.
Fletchbron will finally be
Finally
making
be in
its
this
way
update.
to the
Nice,
battleground
nice.
in Open Beta 7.
So, and some people bought
Tally, if you're into this too, bro, I'm genuinely bringing a therapist here for you right now.
this while it was temporarily live. I
Yep.
believe.
This man says smash.
This skin is sick. I love the whole like spirit
Mhm.
line
Eh.
of skins, and I think this is what in this up.
New wall that you can get for 50% diamonds, 50% legacy gems, alongside a whole lot of other kind of Easter themed cosmetics and stuff like that. But there's also going to be an in-game
She
event
has
where you can
problems too,
earn
boys.
the all-new Bunny Bliss new wall complete.
That one is infinitely better than the other one. Infinitely
Bro,
better than the
yeah,
other
So
one.
this
I was
is
wondering what that one
there'll
was.
be an Easter event where you
Infinitely
can get the
better.
skin just for free. And we took
Oh, these are way better than the
Cerberus
furries.
skin. We made some changes to it. We saw some feedback. Progress. Yeah, so good. Anyway, it's not going to have. You can do for a supporter. We may eventually add more bundles.
They're doing it right, bro. They're literally taking advantage
Your
of shit.
name color between, I think it's 8 colors that it comes with by default.
They're
So,
doing like
again,
little
just a fun
things that
extra
are
thing.
dope.
Doesn't really
These are the, like
impact
this
your
should just be
gameplay too much other than to
automatic.
show off that you are a supporter.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there, Hi-Rez. I know you hate giving you no interest in giving content creator skins. How about you give us our own specific color that no one else can have? That's got to be free. That's got to be a 3-second like weekend / fucking teal that no one else can have. It gotta be that easy.
We may eventually add more bundles of name flare colors
Correct,
or whatnot, but this is just a fun little. I think they're actually going to porters also just scales better. With the stuff
I
they're
really
adding.
like that they're
And
doing
come to-
little things like this.
In-game?
Yep. You click.
Oh, did
It
they
should
change the way
pop up in the middle of the
you
screen.
claim these?
Oh, that was fancy.
It's much fancier.
What's
Is it
the heck?
auto claiming
and
now?
It doesn't just take away your entire view of the screen.
Right.
And then you can click through to see the things that you've unlocked.
It's auto claiming, I think, or
Or
something.
you
That's
can just
dope.
Riled up the devs.
and
Dope,
also
dope, dope.
get a notification here if
Yes, all you crybabies. All you crybabies will now know if you're getting bans or not.
you have been reported a lot.
Yes. So I believe I have a video of that as well. 1 second. Let me bring up the other video.
Wait, that's not. I beat the streamer once. I'm not going to name any names. They reported me saying that I sniped them. When I didn't, I beat them
man.
fair and square. So you know.
So yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh
this
my
is
god.
Yo, that's okay, that's pretty funny.
there are a number of I think there's 4 different versions of this that depend on how
I
much
would never report clumsy.
you have been reported and
Correct,
what you've been
yeah.
reported for. The idea is
Keep in mind, I reported him as I was leaving the base at the very start of the game.
like if we don't have enough information to for sure like ban or suspend you, but you've just been reported a decent amount,
Right.
we kind of want to let you know like, hey, you might be towing the line here, like maybe cool it, or next time you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's just a little heads up.
Yeah.
That really
be
helps.
nicer.
Yeah.
For sure.
So-
yeah. And then we had the
better.
same thing in Smite 1 for both of these notifications, correct? So
Yes.
finally, I know we've been getting a lot of people asking about that in Titan Talks over the past few weeks. So definitely really awesome. Shout outs to Blake for figuring out a way that we could do that and slot this in for the next update.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are saying, oh no, auto bans are back.
Yeah, sweet.
We have been processing bans on the background for months.
they have
Basically
been
since
banning, I
Smite
told
2
you.
became a game, right? It's just we haven't been telling you guys about it. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to get this in there was to let you know that like on Wednesday, if you want to talk through too is maybe contributing to like the lack of wards, because
Sprites or the conquest tornadoes, do they spawn in the same spot every game, or is it random?
Smite 2, which is we want to make sure that we kind of
position screen, which doesn't take over your whole screen.
Sorry. I've got
all right. I like that they're doing more. I've been saying they need more skins and shit. Like, I like that they're doing more. Good job, Hi-Rez. Good job. Honestly, the Poseidon aspect, I am excited for. Cerberus, we'll see. We'll see.